Oh boy. Let me just crack open a cold one first, you know? Oh, that's the good stuff. That really rejuvenates my spirit. So you guys may realize that I am a bit of a collector of sorts, a nerd, you might say. I mean, geez, look over here. You've got Clementine's hat. You got my limited Mondo Last of Us poster. I've got Spider-Man's mask from my amazing Spider Lab suit that you guys have seen in plenty of videos. And I've even made Star-Lord's helmet over here from complete scratch. I've got the Adam West Batman cowl that I actually wore for my high school graduation photo. I love collecting stuff. I love collecting things from movies and TV shows and games that I absolutely love and adore. I mean, shit, dude, I love collecting so much that I had to get a tattoo on my freaking arm. You know, I just love having these physical manifestations of things that I love. Now, I'm no stranger to prop making. As you can see here, I've got Star-Lord, which, if you guys followed me a couple years back on my Instagram, I made this entire bad boy from scratch. This was made with an actual 3D scan of the helmet that Chris Pratt wore for the first Guardians of the Galaxy movie. Got it from Joa Trash, same dude that Adam Savage actually got his kit from. So if you've seen any of those videos, this is the exact same make and model, baby, and boy, do I adore this thing. This was my first steps into prop making in general, or at least I would say like my first steps into like anything major. Like I learned a lot of stuff putting this thing together. So I love making stuff. I like getting my hands dirty and, you know, bringing something to life. So for about the last year and a half or so, many of you guys will notice on Instagram that I have been working on Robert Pattinson's Batsuit from the 2022 film, The Batman. Absolutely adore the movie, love it, and it's probably my favorite live action manifestation of the Batsuit to date. It's just a really fun suit to look into all the little nitty gritty details and whatnot, and you know, I've been working on this guy for quite a while, and it's finally at that place where I'm like, hey, this is finally getting to the position that I can actually see where this is going. You know, like I can almost see the end product in where I've got my suit so far. But what really kicked off a lot of my desire and my drive to put this suit together was the Batman cosplay community. Over on Facebook, there is a community called Batman 2022 Costume Group, and it was a place that I lurked in for quite a while before I started making moves to build my own Batsuit. You know, I'd see people post their builds, their tips, their hints, and all the secrets of the universe that your heart could ever care to know. And so seeing all these like really talented prop makers and everything really got me wanting to try diving into building a full-on Batsuit, you know, not so much just like one singular prop, but like an entire like from head to toe sort of thing, you know. So I kind of paid attention to who some makers were, people that I can go ahead and source parts from, actual screen use, props and whatnot, and figure out like, okay, where can I go ahead and buy this from, whether it be eBay, Amazon. Quite a lot of it's been Amazon, honestly. It's kind of awesome. But then, you know, there's talented individuals who have actually gone and thrown stuff together that I've actually got on my current Batsuit build right now. But you know, what is a Batsuit without that precious cowl? That freaking cowl, man, I absolutely adore it. You've got that bone-like structure that's going on in there, those sharp cheekbones. It looks like a freaking skull. The hand stitching that goes through the entire prop is just, oh my goodness, just all those little details are reasons why I love throwing these props and these costumes together. You know, I swear, if I didn't want to be a writer or a director, I would definitely want to do something in costume design or costume development. It's like Adam Savage says, you know, like all the weathering and all of like the little details, they tell a story that's on your prop or your costume, and I don't know, I just find that so interesting. And as I was saying earlier, what is a Batman suit without that precious cowl? And in my research for a cowl, I became acquainted with a few different makers. Hernandez EFX, who I did a review on his cowl quite a while ago, and that thing, awesome work of art. I had to modify it a little bit to make it work more how I wanted to, but I eventually got it to be what I wanted it. But in December of last year, I actually had the opportunity to enter a giveaway that was being hosted by a very popular prop maker, Robert's Workshop. But pretty much how this giveaway worked is that contestants would make a donation of any amount to one of a few different charities that he had offered. The winner would be receiving one of his fully finished Gotham Project cowls, and if you guys are unfamiliar, his Gotham Project cowl is actually made off of the 3D scans of a screen-used Heroes prop cowl that Robert Pattinson actually wore for close-ups, and it is hand-stitched, has a wax applied to it to give it that leather sheen. It is the whole shebang, and it's pretty much like the closest that you can get to the actual screen-used prop that Robert Pattinson wore on set in the movie. So I see this giveaway opportunity, I'm like, dude, that would be freaking crazy to enter and let alone win. And lo and behold, on Christmas Day, I won the cowl. It was absolutely unbelievable. Rob sent me an email saying like, hey, send me your head size and send me your address and we'll get the thing shipped out right away. I'm like, hell yeah, dude, like here's all the information that you need. And that was the last that I really heard from him. Oops. So yeah, I stopped receiving responses from Rob for a while. 2 months go by, and I go to Instagram, and I'm like, hey, you know what? I'm just gonna shoot him a message. So I shoot him a message over on Instagram saying like, hey, this is the winner of your raffle. Any chance I could hear back from you? And all I get is a response that says, oh yeah, sorry, I stopped looking at that email. Okay. Sure, but like whatever, I've got contact with him now on Instagram, so I'm like, oh, no worries, dude. So like, what's the production time looking to be? And he says, oh, we'll ship it out within a few weeks. I'm like, yeah, sure, that makes sense. Over on your website, Rob, it says that turnaround time on one of these cowls is 2 weeks. So like, cool, whatever, I can wait for that. That's fine. A few weeks, perfectly fine. That's no big deal. So why is it that it's been 11 months, Rob? Riddle me this. Where's my cowl? So yeah, to make a really long story short, it has been 11 months with near radio silence in communication. I reached out to Rob quite often, didn't hear anything back, and if I did hear anything back, it was typically the vague, oh, it's gonna ship out in a couple of weeks, or it's gonna ship soon sort of messages. Or I would get met with complete disregard in writing, and he would just pretty much say like, hey, I am not a customer, I am just a winner. Which, whatever the hell that means, my guy. Keep in mind, I paid $100 to enter this giveaway. I've got the screenshot right here. So, full disclosure, I am not hiding anything. I've got screenshots for this entire situation, and I've decided that I'm going to put it all out there because of everything that has ensued. So to really trim a lot of fat off of the story, that is just a lot of repetitive, me sending something and hardly ever getting a response outside of those two outcomes, I finally got a update on my order about 2-ish months ago. At this point, I am messaging this guy at least once a week, trying to hold a conversation with the dude, and trying to get a response that's not some like weird, vague little tiptoe around the subject. So I get my 200th shipping delay, essentially saying that my order would be finally shipped mid-November. Well, it is mid-November, Rob. Where's my cowl? I don't get it. The thing supposedly has a 2-week turnaround time. So I sent him a series of some pretty stern messages, just pretty much saying like, hey dude, like, you said that you've had my cowl quite a few times, that was going to ship out soon, in a couple of weeks, quite a few times, this and that, and just, you know, drawing the whole thing out for no reason. And so I sent him quite a few messages just saying, I don't appreciate the dishonesty, I don't appreciate the lack of communication on your end. I send him an entire book, and of course I don't hear anything back. But he does make a post on his Instagram, and on this Instagram post was another user commenting and asking where his order was. So I'm like, you know what? Yeah, why don't I ask in public? I leave a comment on his post. And let me read off exactly what the comment is while providing you a image of said comment, okay? Hey Rob, this is the winner of your Gotham Project cowl giveaway from last Christmas. It has been 11 months and you still haven't sent me my cowl, even though for the last 2 months you've been saying you'd have it out to me in mid-November. Well, it's mid-November and you still haven't provided me with any clear update since. So where is my cowl, Rob? I've been more than patient considering this has been 11 months with little to no contact since I won the giveaway. Hell, I've even said I'd compromise and take one of the many DIY cowls you've been boasting on your story to have plenty of that are ready to ship out. Just work with me, man. Keep your word and set a good example for your business. I know you don't take my order seriously, you've said so yourself, since the money I paid to enter the giveaway didn't go directly to you, but it is good business practice to follow through on all orders you pledge to honor. I still paid money for this cowl, Rob. Do the right thing and please fulfill my order. And I shit you not, even 2 seconds later, okay? My comment gets deleted from the post. And he instantly retorts back from this comment, just because I left that comment right there. Stern, yeah, I definitely agree. Definitely stern. But not really aggressive or, you know, calling him an asshole, you fucking dickweed mother hubber with your fucking cowl and you're wasting my goddamn time. No, I'm just asking the dude to just fulfill the order and send me the cowl. It's been 11 months. It's kind of a ridiculous wait for something that has a 2-week turnaround time. So bro gets all sorts of pissed off and starts saying that I'm an asshole who couldn't wait 2 more weeks or 1 more week, whatever the hell it was. As if I am supposed to know it would have only been 1 more week, because motherfucker didn't say anything. Again, there was literally no communication. So how am I supposed to know, whenever it's mid-November, whenever you said I would have it by already, that you're gonna take another week or 2 to ship it out? Again, there was no communication, and also, this is on top of the fact that he has been delaying the shipment date for 11 months. Guy has been saying over and over again that it would ship out in a couple of weeks, few weeks, soon, at the end of the month. Like, he has said it all, and has yet to follow through on any of that. I'm going through my screenshots and I forgot the part where he says, he doesn't like me. I don't like him. He's a big duty head. So because I left that comment and hurt the dude's pride or whatever, he said that I am no longer going to receive the cowl that I paid to win. Makes sense, right? Like, I'm only asking you to keep your end of the bargain, you know, I paid $100, and shouldn't I be receiving the cowl that takes 2 weeks to produce? It just doesn't make any sense. God, the fact he said, I don't like you. What a reason. But anyway, after he says that I am not going to get my cowl now, we go back and forth for quite a while, and he is like, you didn't pay, you're not a customer, you didn't pay. And I'm like, motherfucker! Here's the receipt, okay? There's the receipt of my pledge that I put in as per your rules of the giveaway to enter said giveaway and eventually win the cowl, okay? I paid. It's right here. I paid the money. I paid. He's like, "Oh, refund you $100." My guy, my brother in Christ, you cannot do that because I didn't pay you directly. You can't send me $100, and I'm not going to take $100 from you because that's iffy. That's fucking gray area shit that I don't want to get into. I'm not gonna give him the opportunity to fucking get me in a chokehold or some shit like that, you know? So I'm not taking the money. That wasn't money that I paid him. I'm not taking his money. If I had paid him to enter the giveaway, then that'd be one thing. But I didn't pay him. But so anyway, as our conversation goes on and on and on, he eventually says that because he doesn't like me, he is going to give every other contestant in the giveaway from last year a free, fully finished cowl. And I'm like, dude, go for it. That would be awesome. He said he was gonna do all of this just to spite me, which I f***ing commend him for, because that's awesome, dude. I love how committed to the bit you are. I'd say committed very loosely because you hardly commit to anything. So let me just continue here for a second. So he makes a post on his Instagram saying, "Important news regarding last year's giveaway tomorrow." Which, it's Rob, you know, he doesn't know how to meet a deadline. So of course he doesn't, you know, update anyone on said giveaway until the following day. Let me just say that I have, throughout the entirety of the last year, I've been more than patient with this guy. In quite a few messages over the year, I have said that I completely understand if he doesn't have either the time or the money to give away a free cowl. Like, I totally understand that, dude. Like, I get it. I understand that those things cost a lot of money to produce. This thing cost a lot of money to produce. This suit that I've been working on has cost a lot of money to produce. I understand that it takes time to bring any of these sort of props to life. As much as he wants to say that I don't respect the craft. I'm sorry, Rob, what craft are you talking about? The craft of stealing people's money? I'm sorry, that's a point for later. We'll get back to that. But anyway, so I mentioned that, like, I totally understand if he just doesn't have the opportunity to give away a free cowl right now. and I've tried to compromise with him, meet him in the middle in some way. You know, I have even said that I would be totally willing to take one of the DIY kits, one of the many DIY Cal kits that he posts on his story, boasting that he has ready to ship out at any freaking moment. So I've said, like, dude, I don't need the finished prop. Just give me the DIY kit. I would love to throw it together. Just make sure it's got all the pieces that I would need. And dude, I'm set. I would have a blast throwing that thing together. You know, I'm a full-time college student and I am working jobs outside of all of this. All right, like I totally understand that life just gets in the way. And this is without even assuming that the dude doesn't just have an insane back order of props that he has to ship out in the first place, okay? Like, I am trying to be as understanding as I possibly can. I'm trying to understand why, you know, he doesn't respond, why he hasn't shipped out the prop yet. You know, I totally get it. Life just gets in the way, dude, and it's not like you have every waking second of your time to devote to putting a prop together. Like, I'm sure this isn't the only thing that he does with his life, or at least I keep telling myself that to try and justify it all in my head. But yeah, again, I understand that it can be a lot for one person to tackle with a ton of other orders to fulfill. Like, dude, I don't even think that I could make one of these in a year for another person if they asked me to. It would either be I just focus on that, or I focus on everything else that's going on that I am currently up to. I understand that is a huge undertaking. I get it. I understand. I make my own shit too. Like, I completely understand. But you know, anytime I reached out, I was either just completely blown off or ignored. On a couple of occasions, I asked for complete transparency. I mean, like, even just taking like a, dude, I am so sorry. I just totally forgot about your order. Holy shit, man. I'm so sorry. Like, I would have taken that, you know? Like, that would have been perfectly fine. Or even like a, I'm sorry, man. I really wanted to do the giveaway, but I just don't have the time for it. Or maybe it's just way too expensive. How about I offer you a discounted price on the cowl? Like, dude, like, I would have been perfectly okay with any of that. But I didn't get any of that. There was little to no communication on his end. I tried extensively to offer a solution, to work with the guy, and he just blew me off or ignored me at any opportunity that he possibly could have. I'm 100% convinced that he never intended to give me the cowl in the first place. I don't think he ever had one on hand to ship out, despite how many times he said, yeah, I've got it, I'll send it out, it's coming soon, yada yada yada, end of the month, blah 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 blah. You know, I don't think any of that was ever in the cards. Again, as stated by him over the last 11 months, on a few occasions, I was not a client, I was just a winner. His exact words. One would think with just the smallest bit of brain power computing, just one singular brain cell, you would think that as a business owner, this would be the perfect opportunity to just sucker a new fish into your business, you know? Like, oh, hey, here's this free thing, you know? Come do business with me again. Like, dude, you think that's great? Look at what else I f***ing got, okay? Like, I've got shit your little mind couldn't comprehend, you little troglodyte human being. But instead, he just runs me for a loop for almost an entire year. 11 months. Absolutely bonkers, cuckoo crazy, nutso, insano mode, you name it, bucko. Like, but what's really frustrating is that this isn't just a singular case, okay? And this is the major reason why I am making this video. I'm not the only person that he has screwed over. I think that's the nicest way to put it, but as I will get into with the other examples, I think it'll just become a lot more clear that it's just much more of a scam. I think that's the more accurate way to put it, even if it's not the nicest way to put it. I've been talking to a few people over the last 11 months. You know, I see that Rob will post someone who got his cowl, and I'd reach out to him because I felt like I was kind of going crazy just like waiting on this. I'm like, maybe I'm the asshole for asking so much how long it's gonna be for the cowl or if there's any new updates, you know? Maybe I'm just the f***ing asshole just asking for some bare bones communication. And these people that I came into contact with would tell me, oh yeah, like if you're lucky, maybe like several months. I'm like, holy shit, dude. They're all like universally saying like his communication is complete ass. It's next to non-existent. But a huge group of people, quite a lot of them, would just tell me these horrible stories. One dude, for example, paid $1,000 for some screen-printed fabrics and has been waiting on that shit for 2 years. Bro paid Rob $1,000 for some materials that Rob has yet to even ship out or even get back to the guy. He told me that he doesn't even respond to him anymore at this point. My guy, that's $1,000 on the line that Rob just took from this dude. Like, what's up with that? I've got another guy who I've been talking to as well, and he's been waiting on a full batsuit commission for about a year and a half, somewhere in that realm, and paid Rob a lot of money for that suit, and Rob has still yet to get back to him. And just like with me, he's like, yeah, I'll ship out soon. End of the month. I'll send it out soon. And absolutely nothing. The guy has been waiting for this for a year and a half. And Rob just took his money and walked away with it. There's quite a few horror stories that all end that way with this guy. Again, if this were just a singular me thing, I would deal with it. But I feel that as a member of this Batman cosplay community, and as someone who has an audience, I feel like it's important for me to use that audience to get some sort of word out there. And I tried saying something, you know, and I tried keeping it very professional. I didn't even include his name whenever I first spoke up about this. So as I mentioned, I'm in a couple of Batman costume communities on Facebook, and I made a post about him in one of the Batman costume communities. It's whatever this one's popping up over here. I'd have to look at it to know the exact title. But anyway, so I make a post in there. Keep in mind, a lot of the video that I've kind of gone off of, this post was pretty much like my rough script. And then I also included a photograph of my progress that I have with my suit. Picture you guys probably have seen on Instagram, because, you know, no one's gonna look at just a bunch of text. You know, they see the picture, then they're gonna look at what the text is going over and whatnot. So I decided to include the picture on there. And boy, oh boy, did that piss Rob off. Rob decided to have a few reactions to my post, primarily his comment that he left on here, stating, "Just looks too pointy in my opinion, pretty much like Tomb Raider from PS1, also green." Okay, Rob, let me stop you right there before you make yourself look even more like a fucking idiot than you already have. The chest piece in the picture is a urethane cast that I bought from a friend in the Batman community, made by a creator, Napier's Studio. As far as I'm aware, this particular prop was cast off of a 3D model that another creator, Aztec Studio, had thrown together. So I believe Napier's took that 3D model, wrapped it in fabric as the chest piece is supposed to be, and then made urethane casts of that. So you get all the details of the material on top of the armor, but you still get the flexibility and you can move. And let me tell you, that chest piece is absolutely phenomenal. I've got this one right here that I made completely from scratch. This is also Aztec's 3D file that I hand wrapped in fabric and then assembled together. So Napier's is pretty much just that, only it's urethane, so I can actually move in it, you know, because I've got a rigid 3D prop on my chest. I can't really move my arms all that well. You know, I can't beat up criminals in the night if I can't move my arms. So I've got that urethane chest piece, which is an absolute lifesaver. But according to Rob, it's shit based off of what he's saying. So not only is Rob insulting Napier's work by saying that the chest piece looks too green, which, lighting, dumb fuck, but he's also insulting Aztec's base 3D modeling work by saying that it looks too pointy, like PS1 Tomb Raider. Fuck off, dude. At least these people are actually making props that they get out to people by a fucking deadline. I mean, shit, that's more than what you can say you do. Long day. Yeah, I bet it was, Rob. I bet it was an incredibly long day of just sitting on your ass, neglecting all the other orders that you still haven't shipped out in 2 years. No, like, dude, I'd be exhausted if I had that weighing on my conscience at all times. Holy shit, dude. It'd be exhausting. Oh my god. I can't even begin to fathom how much stress is on your shoulders, Rob. Shoulder bells should not cover all the way down to the intersections of the biceps and triceps. Okay, Rob, I'll take that and raise you with the fact that my picture said test fitting, you dumb fuck. I've got it all sitting on a mannequin. Might I say, it looks fucking great, but you know, obviously I have different measurements from a plastic human being. So, you know, I gotta throw it on every once in a while, make sure everything sits well. And, you know, make adjustments. And there are plenty of adjustments I already had planned for the thing. I don't know why you felt the need to just be like, boo-hoo, this guy is calling me out on the internet for being a dickhead. Wah, wah. Oh no, I didn't fulfill an order that I had waiting for 11 months, a year and a half, 2 years. Boo-hoo. I know it'll make me look like the bigger guy. I might as well just go right on ahead and nitpick the fuck out of his costume that he made, which is more than what I can say. Fuck off, Rob. Good God. Anyway, test fitting, and if you really have an issue with those shoulder bells, they're f***ing yours, and might I say, they're kind of, they're alright. There's some like hollow spots, not necessarily hollow spots, but you could tell there's spots in there where it's thinner than the rest of it. So, they're alright. They look great, but overall construction, I think it could be better, Rob. So if you really have an issue with them sitting too low, maybe that's just your fault. Try remaking it. Do a little bit better next time. I think you can nail it if you actually put in the effort. Another point. Zipper on the pants shouldn't be at the center and wide open. It's not open, it's zipped. You're not seeing my meat flash everywhere. It should be like any other pants, hidden. I did order the flight suit from Leather Fashion Valley, and might I say, they did a phenomenal job of making that. You look at that suit, like all the seam lines and everything, I have no fucking clue how they threw that together. It is a miracle that you could even move in something with that many seams and fabrics. And I will say, like, the first thing like I noticed whenever I got that is that the zipper wasn't 100% accurate, but that's a real easy fix. You know, whenever Leather Fashion Valley sent me that suit, they also sent me a ton of extra fabric to go ahead and wrap my armor pieces in, and even better, I still have a lot more left over, so I can go ahead and just make the little fly cover. But oh my god, it's like we're still customizing and making it. You know, it's like things take time and work. It's like this is a test fitting, Rob. You're making yourself look like a fucking baby, just trying to be a bully and nitpick like a dude who's just speaking out against you. I'm sorry you took 11 months to not even get a prop out, for me to be like, dude, work with me here, and you to get pissy enough at someone calling you out that you're like, no, I'm not gonna give it to you. I'm gonna give it to every other contestant that entered the giveaway. Completely free, completely finished prop. Well, you know what I say to that, Rob? I fucking hope you keep your end of the bargain. Because if you did, that'd be the first time you did so. And that would be phenomenal. I would honestly tip my hat off to you. He also ends the comment off with, sucks to be you. Damn it! He got me! Oh! Shit! It does suck to be me! Why is it me? My brother in Christ, what is going on here? Do you not see the issue with this picture, Rob? Please, make it make sense. So yeah, he leaves that comment on my Facebook post, and then he goes on to his Instagram story to say shit like, I've been a little bit too busy. I had almost forgotten to clear what's going on with the giveaway that took place last year. Just so everyone knows, because apparently I need to justify why I want to give something away. You're on the right track, Rob. You sound like totally not an asshole. I'm picking a new winner along with second and third place for last year's raffle. Said giveaway wasn't for likes. I asked for the contestants to donate money to any public cause, specifically a cancer charity. I wanted to give something to those who are in a tough place. End of the story. It was something I thought would be nice. Apparently it's not, and there's a lot of backlash to this. Oh my god, Rob. Wow. You f***ing saint. Oh my god. Would you believe it? The bro was just trying to do the right thing the whole time, and I just completely misread the entire situation. Oh, I am such a asshole who just couldn't wait one more week for him to ship off my cow. I should have known he was gonna keep his word. I should have just knew he needed one more week. I should have just known it. If only I were smarter. Rob, please forgive me. I'm sorry. I beg of you, let me have a cow, even though you said you wouldn't be caught dead giving me one. Please, Rob, I see the errors of my ways. Hold on. I'm using that one brain cell that I mentioned you have to have for critical thinking, and I'm just thinking of something. If he reaches out to another contestant winner, assuming he has all their contact information from the previous email, because again, he's like, oh, I stopped looking at that email that was associated to the giveaway. So assuming he even has access to that, how are you gonna break the ice? Because like, think about it. Say I'm the second place winner. Huh, didn't that giveaway happen like, I don't know, last Christmas? Now say that I'm Rob. I would need the Snapchat bald filter to properly portray this, and unfortunately I'm blessed with my luscious f***ing locks. It's the one thing I've got going for me, guys. Oh, well you see, I was a big asshole who just accidentally forgot to give out a cow for the last 11 months to the original winner. Yep, that's right. He waited almost an entire f***ing year, and he was right there at the finish line too. If he had just waited one more week, I totally would have sent it to him. Anyway, do you want the cowl instead? Promise you probably won't wait 11 months like that poor f***ing sap did. Huh. No. I need to come up with a consistent voice for my Rob impression here. You know, I swear, it's changing every time I do it. So Rob puts that all on a story, and in the meantime, my Facebook post gets taken down by an admin because I guess he's real buddy-buddy with Rob. Now let me get into some real f***ery, some real bull here. As admin, I have deleted a recent post by a contest winner after the maker reached out with screenshots of multiple attempts to find Brain PayPal. I think he means like to find their PayPal information, I guess. To find their PayPal information to send the original poster a refund. The OP refused each request and posted a much different story. Did I really? This will not be tolerated in this group. If a maker offers a refund, that is the resolution to a bad purchase, and though it may not be the resolution you want, a refund is an acceptable resolution in any transaction. I agree. But again, I'm not going to take his money because I didn't pay him directly, okay? His rules were that we make a donation to a charity, and then you send a screenshot of your receipt to the giveaway email, and then from there you get entered into the giveaway. So I paid $100 to enter. I did the donation, you know, but I didn't pay him $100. That's the whole reason he disregarded my order and would say I was not a customer, I was a winner. Not going to take $100 from this guy because, I'm sorry, that's kind of really legally f***ing iffy to just take $100 from a dude who can then be like, oh, you know, he took money from me. That's not right. And I can almost guarantee that if I accepted that, he wouldn't even send me the $100. Okay, I guarantee he would send the $100 through PayPal's goods and services, so I'd lose a percentage of that $100. So I wouldn't get the full $100 because he would send it through to where his purchase was being protected. All right, and if he ever wanted to, he could always dispute that, and then I would owe him the $100. So no, I'm not fucking doing that. That's stupid. I didn't even have a reason to accept a refund from him because again, I didn't give money directly to him. Bro was like, I'll pay you $100 to shut the fuck up, essentially. And I'm like, my guy, it would be so much cheaper if you just shipped off the cowl to me right now. If you have it, assuming he even had it. Members may voice concerns about makers within reason, but not in situations like this where the maker clearly tried the refund and the member refused. Again, it wasn't a refund, and most of the comments was just Rob saying that I was an asshole who couldn't wait one more week, that I'm not a client, I am a winner, I'm a lucky fella at that. It was what one of his messages said. Like, dudes, no. I think that entire situation was well within reason to post, but you're too busy in bed with Rob here, okay? Oh, that's an image I don't fucking want in my head. Jesus, oh God, how do I lobotomize myself to get that out? So yeah, the situation is completely within reason. But no, I'm speaking out about your friend, and you gotta protect him and his reputation, or he'll throw a fucking hissy fit like he did whenever I made one fucking comment on his post. I do appreciate that one particular comment I was able to view on the admin's post said this: I think as sellers, it is very important that we remain professional with both customers and community. I don't think it's a good look when a maker is making those kind of remarks about other people's cosplays, etc., and it is not an isolated incident either. When one of the rules of the group is no bullying, I think we have to really consider the members of the group. And that's exactly what Rob was doing in the comments on my initial post that was just calling him out. I wasn't trashing the guy. I wasn't fucking trying to roll him under the bus. I didn't even include his name. My intention with the post was to strictly say that this maker was not following through on his orders, and that this was a repeated occurrence and not just an isolated incident. And Bunny Boy pops in, he's like, hey, he's just trashing my friend here, and that's not cool. My friend might be a total asshole, but it ain't cool to trash that asshole. That's my job, because I'm in bed with him. God, Jesus. I'm sorry, that one came naturally. Ugh, jeez, no, bad phrasing all around. And what even sucks is that I had a couple of people message me, and they're like, dude, this entire thing just kind of shows that you can't voice your opinion, you can't voice any concerns if it involves anyone that someone might be friends with. And, well, that might be unfortunately true on those platforms. Lucky for me, I have my own. I have my own audience. And I am still going to get that out there. So where the situation stands at the moment, Rob has said that he was going to give every contestant a fully finished cowl. Great, awesome, but you know, like, if you had even dealt with the guy, I can almost guarantee that you could see it coming from a mile away that the motherfucker wasn't going to stick with that. So when he posts publicly on a live stream announcing the new giveaway, he was going to pick 3 winners, essentially. First place would get 1 fully finished cowl. Second place and third place would each get a DIY cowl set. And they would apparently be delivered by the end of the month. And he said the next day he was going to announce a winner. And as at the time of filming and editing this video, that hasn't happened at all. So of course Rob goes and mucks that up too. So I highly doubt there would be any cows shipped out by the end of the month. And who knows, maybe me posting this will motivate the guy to go ahead and get them out there just to prove me wrong. And if you happen to be one of those people who gets a cow from Rob because of the situation that I have apparently incited, happy holidays, I guess. Enjoy the cowl, you know? I hope you enjoy it. Craftsman work looks great. As much as Rob might want to say that I disrespect the craft. Don't get me wrong. Sorry, I'm getting my words mixed up. Don't get me wrong. I think Rob is still a very talented artist. Bro has put together easily one of the best bat cowl reproductions ever. Like, that thing is a genuine work of art. It's why I was so excited to get my hands on it. It's why I totally would have done a fucking review, even if it took me 11 months to get a hold of that cowl, just to sing its praises and whatnot and everything, you know? I totally would have done that, but I've developed the impression that Rob really only sends stuff out to people who have an audience. You know, Rob will send Cosplay Chris something just fine, because then Cosplay Chris talks about it in his videos. And so people are like, hey, I want exactly what I'm seeing in this video. Let me go to the link in the description and ask the prop maker exactly how I can get a hold of one of these props for myself, because I want one too. That looks so fucking cool. And so then Rob gets the business of another poor schmuck who he never intends on sending the finished product to. He's not fulfilling the orders that he has with just random everyday people. You know, he's only working for people with an audience. He wants to work with people who have an audience, so that way he can continue taking more orders and then blow them off for 2 years. But here's the thing, buddy. I've got an audience too. That's why I'm here. That's why I'm making this video, because I want to combat that idea. It's just a scam, is what it is. It is more or less just a fucking scam. Every once in a blue moon, someone might actually get something from him, but that's not without them having to wrestle and practically do the equivalent of pulling teeth to get what they paid for. Let me just say, for example, my Spider-Man suit, it is fully screen printed, fully 3D printed face shell, lenses, web shooters, the soles for the boots. These were all 3D printed and casted. And this entire thing was made entirely to my measurements. Do you know how long it took for me to receive this thing from the moment I sent my payment through to the moment it showed up on my doorstep? 6 weeks. This is a fully customized costume designed specifically for me, made with the same construction methods as the actual prop that Ironhead Studios developed for The Amazing Spider-Man 2. It is the closest thing that you can get to the actual costume that Andrew Garfield wore in that movie. And it took the Amazing Spider Lab 6 weeks to get it out to me. All the way from Italy to go ahead and construct it, make it to my measurements, everything, and then ship it to my doorstep. Shipping took 2 days. And this guy is constantly backed up on orders. He starts runs that sell out within minutes. This costume is in high demand. Anything that they put together is in high fucking demand. It took 6 weeks to get it out to me. Why did a cow that is boasts with a turnaround time of 2 weeks take over 11 months? Why is it that a guy has to wait over 2 years to get fabrics? He hasn't even received the fabrics he paid $1,000 for. And it's not like this was a hard situation to rectify. Again, I would have totally taken the excuse, I'm sorry, dude, I just totally forgot with all the other orders that I've got going on. I would have totally been fine with that. I would have totally accepted that. I would have accepted Rob coming up to me being like, hey, I can't afford to give out a free cowl. I'm sorry, this isn't quite what you wanted entering the giveaway, but I can offer you a discount on a finished piece. That would have been perfectly fine. I tried making solutions with this guy, but he just did not want any part of it at all. So like I said, I don't think he ever intended to give me that cowl. And I don't think he ever really intends to complete a lot of the orders that he unfortunately has. Not unless it's going to get him more credibility, which is the only reason why he has been trying to suppress what I am saying about him, and why he's trying to get his friends to get my post deleted. He thinks that he can get away with this. You know, he thinks that he can go ahead and take people's money and just essentially fucking run in the opposite direction and just not come through. That is absolutely ridiculous and disgusting. It just baffles me. Just reading all the screenshots and the messages in between each other, how he just refuses to see what's wrong with the situation, and he refuses to take any accountability for it. That's probably the most disappointing part of this entire thing, is that he just refuses to take any sort of accountability, any level of it. And that's quite disappointing for a full-grown man. I just don't get it. I truly do not understand. Is there a lore reason? Is he stupid? All that I could hope is that this video just finds the right audience, and people are more wary about the prop makers that they are ordering from. The amazing Spider Labs. Phenomenal guys with great customer service. They get back to you instantly. If you're looking specifically for Batman products, The Night Forge, Hernandez EFX, Napier's Studios, Aztec Studios 3D file work is fucking unreal. He's got some of the best gauntlet patterns. Like, there are so many other prop makers that you can go to who actually take the time and effort to respond to you and make you feel like a valued customer. You're not gonna get that with Rob, and that is the unfortunate truth. So yeah, I really do hope that this video finds the right audience. I wouldn't mind you guys sharing the video around wherever you can. Leaving a comment is always great for the algorithm. Let's boost this thing. Let's get this message out there. So yeah, that is about it, guys. Fun is on the way. It's like a couple weeks out. I had to finish shooting a video that required my beard being prominent, so I can go ahead and shave it off and then get the literal one shot that I needed. It's the shot with SpongeBob at the grill and he turns around with the lights flashing red. It's literally the only shot I needed, and my dumbass totally forgot it. So it's coming. It's very soon. It's almost there. I'm really excited. So yeah, you know, as always, just like, comment, subscribe. Bye!